I'm Chiku from Chiku Study Corner, and I'm here with the third part of the chapter Reproduction in Organisms, that is class 12 Biology. So, without any further ado, let's get into the chapter. So, now I'll be discussing about fertilization. I discussed about pre-fertilization in my last video. So, if you haven't watched my previous video, the links of the video is in the description below. Please go watch it and then continue watching. So, fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization is called as the fusion of gametes. We learned about gametes. The fusion of gametes is called as fertilization. It's also called as syngamy. It's also called as syngamy. So, syngamy is another name of fertilization, and fertilization is of two types. The two types are internal and external. So what is internal fertilization? Internal fertilization means the fusion of gametes is inside the female reproductive system or inside a female body. Whereas external reproduction is happening in the surrounding or in the environment. Okay? So the external reproduction, there should be some factors or there should be some conditions for external reproduction to happen. The first condition is there should be synchronized production of gametes. If the gametes mature at different time, there's no chance of meeting. There's no chance of meeting of these or there's no chance of fusion. Whereas there's a huge number of gametes, both male and female produced, because that would help in increasing the possibility of fusion. Whereas for internal reproduction or internal fertilization, there is only one. The female gamete is only single one. There's only one female gamete, and there's a lot of male. But I told you for external, both of them are producing large numbers. Okay. So next we have to learn about the two terms, that is parthenocarpy and parthenogenesis. So we'll write down the terms. So over here you can see two common words, that is partheno. What do you mean by partheno? Partheno means virgin. Partheno means virgin. And carpi means fruit. So what do you mean by parthenocarpy? A virgin fruit. A virgin fruit is something where the fusion or there's no fertilization happening. So that is parthenocarpy. Parthenogenesis. So example of parthenogenesis, without fertilization offsprings are formed. The example is male honeybee, that is called as drone, or the very famous or very common non-veg that we eat, that is turkey. Okay? So this is parthenogenesis and this is parthenocarpy. So I told you about internal fertilization. When it is internal fertilization, that is very similar to that of human beings. We'll learn about human reproduction in detail, so I'm not going to depth. Okay. So next process we have to learn is post-fertilization. So we finished pre-fertilization, fertilization, and the next step is post-fertilization. So let's see what it is. So post-fertilization is the events that happen after fertilization. So when fertilization happens, we get a byproduct or we get the product as zygote. There's no byproduct, the product is zygote. So the zygote, after the post-fertilization events or after the fertilization events, it starts its post-fertilization. So the zygote would change to embryo and then move on to further development. Then it becomes the fetus and then it's delivered. So the zygote moving to the embryo is the post-fertilization events. So now we learn about zygote and embryogenesis. Okay. So let's take zygote first. diploid because there is two gametes or two gametes coming in fusing. So it's diploid, 2x, and it is a universal product after fertilization. Okay. The zygote formation, as mentioned before, is two types: internal and external. This is the same point as I mentioned before because it comes under zygote. I just mentioned it again. So the next point is zygote development. What all does it depend on? So zygote development depends on two factors. One is the type of life cycle. And the second one is the environment to which it is exposed. So environment is another factor. It's the second factor. Okay. So these are about zygote. Now we are going to learn about embryogenesis. So what is embryogenesis? I told you after the post-fertilization event is the formation of embryo. So embryo, if gametogenesis is the formation of gamete, so embryogenesis is the formation of embryo. So we learn. Embryogenesis. So the formation of embryo is after the formation of zygote. So the zygote undergoes cell division and differentiation. So what happens when the cell is divided? When the cell is divided, it helps to increase the number of cells. Okay, that helps to increase the number of cells. Whereas cell differentiation, what does it help? Cell differentiation helps in the maturation and modification of each cell, so it can function by its own. Cardiac cells have its own function. It's all these modifications are done by cell differentiation. So modification is the process that happens. Now embryogenesis is the multiplication, or it is the development from a zygote. No, so there is two types of embryogenesis, or there is two types of organisms to say. Okay, they are oviparous and viviparous. So oviparous are organisms that lay egg. Okay, they lay egg, whereas viviparous gives birth to young ones. So to talk about oviparous, they have a hard calcareous layer outside, and what happens is these hard calcareous layered egg, or the embryo is kept for incubation. After incubation, this will hatch and the offspring comes out. This is usually for birds, hens, etc. And for viviparous, it's a longer process. It takes time. This is a more quicker process. Okay, viviparous organisms give birth to young ones. So that is the difference between viviparous and oviparous organisms. Where oviparous organisms are more vulnerable to predators, whereas viviparous organisms, the embryogenesis also takes place inside the female body. Therefore, the embryonic care and the nutrients and all are richly provided. They are highly provided with all these nutrients and embryonic care. So it's like, there's more chances of survival. Whereas in this case, there's only less chance chances of survival. There are, for example, for hens, pick up their own eggs, the eggs that they laid. They break their eggs, so that is that is dangerous. Then there won't be the embryogenesis happening. So now we'll discuss about flower after fertilization. So the sepals, the petals, all of them will fall off. So the sepals, petals, etc. will fall off. The ovule would be transformed to the seed. The ovary would become the fruit. The ovary wall will become the pericarp, the protective layer. So what is pericarp? That is the fruit wall, the fleshy part that you eat. So that is the ovary wall. So most importantly, the zygote would develop into the embryo. And the seed formed here, what would happen? The seed would give rise to a new individual plant. Okay? So that is what happens after the flower is fertilized. So now I've completed the whole chapter. I hope you have liked it. If you have liked it, please do hit the like button. Share my video, subscribe to my channel if you are new to it. Comment if for any doubts or if I have made any mistakes. So see you on my next video. Till then, bye bye.